Philadelphia, South Carolina, as the home team, 17th ranked Gamecocks, knocked off 4th ranked Texas A&M thanks to this young lady, Raina Johnson, coming through in the 89th minute to give her team the 2-1 win. Along with Heather Mitz, I'm Jen Hildreth. Boy, what an exciting finish. We went from almost not having a game because of bad weather in the area to getting just a fantastic one between these two teams.
It really was. I was excited to see how these two teams were going to match up, and it was exciting till the end. You know, A&M came out, they high pressure in the very beginning, but then they kind of sit back. And they were enjoying that cushion that they had. And it wasn't enough of a cushion tonight because South Carolina made some adjustments in the second half, and they worked.
Yeah, when we were talking to Shelly Smith, head coach for the Gamecocks, she said her team was knocking on the door. Man, was she right. But they had to play from behind for a lot of this match because their first chance by Raina Johnson, that one was ruled offside. So they had a chance to take the early lead, couldn't quite get it. Instead, the early lead would go to the Aggies.
And Michaela Harvey with a great ball out wide to Watt, who Abby Kreider getting a start tonight, just misjudged this ball, and thanks to the wet surface, this is in the back of the net, and A&M are up 1-0 in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that wet surface would come into play again in this match. But South Carolina, after pushing and pushing in the second half, finally got the equalizer through Deja Griffin in the 74th minute.
Yeah, this is a nice little turn by Griffin, just an opportunistic chance, and they find the back of the net, they find the equalizer, and South Carolina would not let up after that. They did not sit back. They continue to go after it, and just like that, a miscue. Groff is there. Johnson, who had the offsides call back early in the game, is there to be the champion today, the game winner, and to get them a huge victory over the 4th-ranked team in the country.
First ever win for South Carolina over Texas A&M. And here's how it affects the standings. South Carolina will move on up with that 3rd conference win. Now South Carolina and Kentucky standing as the only 2 teams in the SEC without a conference loss. So you wonder, Heather, you talked about it a little bit. Did Texas A&M finally get caught a little bit being too defensive?
I think they did. You know, I've seen them play twice now, and they do come out, and they're great at what they do. They're great at high pressuring. They're so athletic. They try to use that speed and the width, but then after they get that goal, they sit back instead of continuing to apply that pressure. And they have the depth, and they have the athleticism and the speed. It's just you got to continue to go after it, and I think they will learn a very valuable lesson from the game tonight.
Yes, momentum definitely went the way of the home team in the second half, and in Texas A&M's first ever visit to the graveyard, their unblemished SEC record came to die. South Carolina picking up the big win, 2-1 over the Aggies tonight.